Good evening, members. Good evening, members. Myself, C. Chavla, welcome you all in this today webinar on public police initiatives. And today we have galaxy of our speakers and dignitaries on the dais. And now I request C. Rakesh Maheshwari, CEO of the Public Police Trust, to please start the proceedings. C. Rakesh Maheshwari.
Hello, everyone, and thanks, CA Dr. Raj Chavla, a senior chartered accountant, who have initiated and organized this webinar. It is really a privilege for me to explain about the Public Police NGO. And I, Rakesh Maheshwari, CEO of Public Police NGO, welcome respective speakers and guests. The Public Police NGO is a registered trust in Delhi with the blessings of our chairman, Justice K.G. Balakrishnan ji, former Chief Justice of India and former chairman of National Human Rights Commission. Just next page. PPT start. You must start the PPT also. Raj? Hello, Raj? Are you hearing us?
Yes, please go on.
Raj? No. The NGO is supported and guided by our board of trustees and other eminent personalities. We are thankful to our chairman, Justice K.G. Balakrishnan ji, our vice chairman, Sri Dharmendra ji, who is a former IAS and former chairman of Board of Revenue, Uttar Pradesh, and our member secretary, Mr. Devdutt ji, who former IAS and former chairman and CEO of Noida Authority, Uttar Pradesh. Our treasurer is Mr. Praveen Kumar Bansal, former Vice President of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Our Joint Secretary, Dr. Ramkaran Verma, is from IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad. Former Joint Secretary of Department of Electronics, Government of India, and Dean of Sarda University, and member of Nivedita Institute, Calcutta. Justice Dr. Satish Chandra, former Judge of Allahabad High Court, Uttar Pradesh, and former President of CSEC. Mrs. Sunanda Prasad, former IAS and former Chairman of Board of Revenue, Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Harbhajan Singh, former IAS and former National Director General of National Productivity Council. Mr. Tanveer Jafar Ali, former IAS and former Divisional Commissioner of Uttar Pradesh. Mr. D.N. Singh, former IPS and former Commissioner of Police, Delhi. Mr. G.L. Sharma, former IPS and former Director General of Police, Uttar Pradesh. Next page. PPT, please. Next page. Dr. Vikram Singh, former IPS and former Director General of Police, Uttar Pradesh, and now Pro-Chancellor of Noida International University, Greater Noida, UP. Mr. Aditya Arya, former IPS and former Director General of Police, Goa, and Special Commissioner of Delhi Police. Next. Mr. Ranjan Dwivedi, former IPS and former Director General of Police, Home Guards, Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Anand Bardhan Shukla, former IPS and former Inspector General of Police, Rajasthan. Dr. Vinod Kumar Agarwal, former Law Secretary, Government of India. Mr. Prem P.K. Malhotra, former Law Secretary, Government of India. Next. Mr. Ajay Kumar Agarwal, former Executive Director of PCIL, Government of India undertaking. Dr. Shailendra Choksi, Director, JK Lakshmi Cement Limited. Mr. Anil Maheshwari, Senior Journalist related with Hindustan. And Mr. Praveen Kumar Puri, MD, Kibar Asia Net Private Limited. Mr. P.K. Malhotra. And Mr. Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court. And Mr. B. Balasubramaniam, Group President of Reliance Industries. Mr. B. Balasubramaniam, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court. And Mr. B. Balasubramaniam, Group President, Reliance Industries Limited. Kumar Vikram Singh, Group President, Reliance Industries Limited. Industries Limited. Kumar Vikram Singh, Chairman, CAPC, Central Association of Private Security Industries, and Mr. Mahesh Sharma, General Secretary of CAPC. Yeah. Apart from Dr. S.K. Joshi, yes. And Dr. S.K. Joshi, former Chief Secretary of Telangana Government. Former Chief Secretary of Telangana, and he is advisor to CM. Captain S.K. Dwivedi ji, former IAS and CEO of Noida Authority. And Captain S.K. Dwivedi ji, former IAS and advisor to CM. Captain S.K. Dwivedi, former IAS and CEO of Noida Authority. And Dr. Amit Mishra, educationist from Maharashtra. And CEO of Noida Authority. Hello. Yeah. Now we will introduce this public police, why it has been incorporated. Hello. The public police has been incorporated as a registered trust NGO at Delhi under the chairmanship of Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, former Chief Justice of India. It's chair under the chairmanship and ex-chairman of National Human Rights Commission. The other members are former High Court judges, former senior IAS officers, former senior IPS officers, and some distinguished members of the civil society. The public police will aim to become a trustworthy and reliable intercommunication. वो कर रहा है ये the public link of the society and law enforcing agencies. Next. The police are for public protection and to prevent crime. Next page. Next page, PPT. Hello. Yeah, next. The police are for public protection and to prevent crime. They are also responsible for maintaining. They are also responsible. The police are for public protection and to prevent crime. They are also responsible for law and order in the country. For law and order in the country, the true measures of They are also responsible for maintaining law and order in the country. The true measure of effectiveness of any police force is not the number of arrests or police action, but the absence of criminal conduct in violation of law in the society. Over the years, faith in the police has been dwindling, and public is afraid to go to the police for filing a complaint suspecting harassment. The NGO will create a forum and group of people to visit communities to familiarize them with rules and regulations so that they understand that police personnel are also the member of the society and they have to act according to the legal system of the country. This may avoid confrontation and help police in difficult situations to do their duty with confidence and dedication, maintaining goodwill and support of the public. Public police shall organize conferences, camps, events, and several other activities for education and awareness to bring police and public close to each other so that mistrust vanishes and regime of confidence usurps. Our mission, our public police mission, next page. The mission is to create a vibrant and safe society with public and police working together against crime. The efforts shall be to help people getting their grievances, complaints registered, heard, and properly redressed with the coordination of higher police and government authorities. To promote the awareness about the legal rights and responsibilities of the citizens. To connect people with police personnel for healthy relationship. To connect people, help and cooperate with each other. To honor police personnel, law enforcement agencies, and members of the public for their outstanding services to the society. Next. This public police has been created for be together against the crime. And we want that there must be a friendly relationship between the public and police. And the public should be vigilant like the police. And public should help to each other. We will create the members from the general public to become a public police member. And the public police mission is to reach each and every police station and create a committee so that the persons can get the relief immediately from that system and committees. And I think that I must invite Mr. Pradeep Rai for to explain, because he is filing in PIL for waiver of the fees of the education system, and it will be a great help. It is really a good gesture of the Mr. Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court and our founder trustee. Please, Mr. Pradeep Rai. Over to Pradeep Rai.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Maheshwari ji, Devdutt ji, Mr. Malhotra ji, and Mr. Verma ji, and Mr. Chawla, Mr. Dr. Joshi, and Amit Mishra ji. Actually, when I was approached and I was asked by Mr. Maheshwari that we have to file a public interest litigation which deals with the waiver of the fee of the students. Though the similar petitions has been dismissed by the Supreme Court and the High Court, but we are hopeful, and we took a different approach after due consideration, which, yes, can you hear me? I am audible, everybody?
Yes.
So when we filed this petition, now this Monday it will be filed. It has been drafted. It has been sent for the approval to everyone. And finally, after the due approval of Honorable Chairman and the other members, we are in the process of filing it. By Monday it will be filed, and we are hopeful that it will be listed within 3 to 4 days. In that PIL, we are taking up the issue of junior primary section students, high school students, because there are different kind of the logic, the reasoning given by the High Court and the Supreme Court in the earlier matters, that schools are investing a lot to arrange online classes. Similarly, we can say the parents also have to arrange so many things if they have to provide facilities for their own kids for the online classes. So investment is both sides. It's not the only one side investment. And in the situation of this pandemic, the school should also be generous enough to not to charge so much from the students, because we are seeing that even class KG and class 1, 2 primary classes students who are not even familiar with the functioning of this entire e-classes and all, they are even being charged tuition fees and all. And tuition fees, some extent it may be okay, we may justify tuition fees, but other than that, we are seeing that there are development charges, there are electricity charges, then transport charges. There are no transport. None of the students are visiting to the school, but the schools are charging transport charges. We are seeing development charges are there, electricity charges are there. Electricity charges can't be charged from the students because the electricity is being consumed from both sides. It's not only the school is consuming. Teachers are at their own place, at home. They are teaching from there. They are not coming to the school. Then how they are charging other fees attached to the entire school fee? So on those grounds, we are filing this petition, and I am really thankful that they guided us that we have to file this. And now it is in the final stage. Monday it will be filed, and I am hopeful that it will be listed after 3-4 days, and we will get a good order in the interest of public in general, by which there will be a clear-cut guideline. I am hopeful that it can come. In that guideline, we will have that what kind of fee schools can charge. Like earlier, they said that we are taking extra pain just to arrange the facilities of tutoring and all. The tuition is not an easy task because the schools were not in habit of such kind of arrangements earlier. So now we can say that even parents are not in the habit of the same thing. So schools and parents and everybody has to be cooperative, and they have to feel and think that there are several different classes of students who are part of that school. They are under different kind of schemes in the school. So you have to consider everyone. And I have really, we have drafted it, and now it has been approved by Mr. Malhotra ji, Justice Balakrishnan Sahab, Maheshwari ji, and Devdutt ji. They all have seen this, and I feel that we will be doing some service to the society. Yes, Mr. Maheshwari ji. Anything else you want me to highlight? Your audio is off.
We are thankful for you to prepare such type of PIL, and we will invite Professor R.K. Verma to say on this PIL and education system.
Thank you, Maheshwari ji. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I
please.
am audible?
Yes, you are audible.
I am audible.
Everyone is.
Thank you. Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Chairman Sir, Vice Chairman, Member Secretary, and Mr. Rakesh Maheshwari ji. Vidhi Rai ji, this is a very valid PIL, and the logic which you have taken is quite valid, and it is in the interest of the public at large, and we are very sure you will succeed. If you recall, we also wrote a letter to the Honorable Minister of HRD, stating a similar cause. So
Yes,
far,
that
of
we have
course,
included.
you have included
Part
that.
of the
Right. So far, of course, there has been no response from the ministry. But what has happened during the whole process, that a very high empowered committee have been constituted by the Honorable Minister of Academicians. They have been drawn both from higher education as well as from the primary, secondary or CBSE. The committee has come out with some recommendations with regard to the way education will be delivered in this pandemic period, where security and social distancing is the key issue, because the environment is not going to remain the same as it used to be. The classes will not be what we call 60 or 30 as used to be. They will be divided into smaller groups, and therefore they're going to be a lot of burden both on the schools or institutes as well as on the teachers. Currently, what happened when this lockdown notice came, all the institutions were not aware and they were caught at that time. So many of them resorted to whatever they could do using the technology available. And the government also said that you have to continue. So keeping the government wishes to continue, we all education institutions adopted issues like online delivery of content, or we delivered a class but then handed over the handouts either through the mail or on the website. There were many techniques used. However, education is never delivered the way we adopted, because to develop the personality, it's not only the transfer of some knowledge, it is all around development, and therefore all the senses have to be feeling that yes, they're getting some input. Now there is a debate, and the committee has come out with a recommendation. Are you able to hear me now? Sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the committee has come out.
I will again send you this.
That online delivery of classes will be restricted. It will be at the most blended learning, and therefore all the colleges and institutes have to prepare for that, and that would entail costs. So while we agree that teachers have not been paid by the schools for the lockdown period, teachers have got half salaries, students haven't got any service in terms of the real service, because you pay for the service, and if you don't get service delivered, why should you pay for? So many schools and many colleges and institutions, of course, who are, let's say, good at heart, have resorted to some discounting or waivers, but largely people have not done so. So we should take those examples who have reduced the fee or not charging the fee during the lockdown period, and also, I think, in my opinion, take some views of the teachers who have not got salaries or who have not been benefited during the lockdown period. And therefore, our case will become very solid. So I subscribe that we should go ahead. At the same time, we should also put pressure, all of us should put pressure to the MHRD that it is not justified if the colleges and institutes have not delivered service, why should they be paid for? That is what I have to say initially. Thank you. I'll continue participating in the discussion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Verma ji. I request to Mr. Dr. Amit Mishra, who is an educationist, please, your views required on this, sir.
Good evening, President. Good evening, Vice President, and all of
I
myself.
will again send you, and it is a new link. It is a,
Hello.
it is a Chrome, Google. Google
Can you hear, sir?
StreamYard. I will send you again, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, please continue. Please continue.
Hello.
Please continue.
Can you hear me, sir?
Dr. Amit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sir, first of all, Mr. Pradeep Rai has told that the filing of the PIL to the junior and senior, even the college also, sir, you have to take a medical also in that. Because in that you have to take a medical, you have to take a medical college also in that, because all the medical students, they are also giving online studies only, sir. Even a final year, even a first year, even a second year, and the amount is very huge. Even we see in a junior or in a senior, they are also trying to take the activities fees, book money fees in each and everything. Okay, according to me, sir, you have to take a medical also in that, even the PG also and even the UG also, sir, because all the education is going by online only, sir.
Amit ji, do you want me to include only this lab charges, or you want to include this study material?
No, sir. We have to take medical also, sir, because if we are seeing that, sir, so you can see the fees, sir. You can see the fees. The fees is very high in the PG session also, in the UG session also, and all are doing the same thing in online exams, online study they are giving to the doctors also. So it is very totally wrong, sir. Actually, even the final year also, even the third year also, even the second year also.
Yeah, medical education cannot be delivered online, as you all know, because it is a practice-based.
Yes, sir.
Practical, it is an experiential based learning, and whatever is being done is just to, as per the government notification that you have to continue. Keeping that in mind, people are doing all these kind of things which are not very, very good. They cannot teach like this. We were in a seminar very recently, and IITs came out that if it is a research-based education, if people have to go and touch the lab equipment, you cannot do anything. Nothing will come out. Otherwise, you are preparing another bundle of people.
Exactly, sir. But sir, I'm disturbing you. Exactly, but the government has done. You know what the government has done? Government has taken the each and every private institute for the COVID hospitals. And they had relieved all the students to go to home, and in that they are doing online classes to the final year also student, and even the third year, even the second year. The actual from the second year we are used to go to for a practical, and if it doesn't get the practical, it is doesn't use, sir, for that. Even in surgery also, ENT, ophthalmology, each and every field.
This is very.
We have to take. We have to take, sir, this topic.
Very good.
We have to take this also, sir, in that.
Now, thank you, Dr. Amit Mishra. I will ask Mr. Dr. P.K. Malhotra to say about something.
Yes, sir.
So this PIL and other things.
Thank you, Maheshwari ji. I think I must compliment Public Police and Mr. Raj Chawla for organizing this webinar in this difficult time, and that too on such an important matter like continuity of education, for which the Managing Board of the Public Police Trust has already decided to file a PIL in the Supreme Court, and thanks to Dr. Pradeep Rai for extending all help to getting the petition prepared, in spite of the fact that already the SLP file, a PIL filed, has been dismissed by the Supreme Court. But I think there are certain issues which are still valid and on which probably intervention of the Supreme Court will be required. You see, the extraordinary situation which has been created by COVID-19 pandemic is need an extraordinary solution also. And those extraordinary solutions have to be unprecedented. No doubt. I mean, the medical education, as Dr. Mishra has pointed out, is also important and needs to be included. But I think if you really want intervention of the Supreme Court, and as Dr. Pradeep Rai has already drafted a petition, I think we should first harp on the school education, which is a basic education. Because primary education, secondary education, school education is much more important, and every student is involved in that, and it is covered under the right to education also under Article 21 as well as Article 21A, which was incorporated later on. So because of that, I think if we say that whatever school fee was being charged by the private school or the ADD school earlier was much higher, and the time has come that in extraordinary circumstances, this fee needs to be rationalized, because in any case, the education is continuing. It's not that the education is not continuing. Only thing is the methodology, the mechanism has changed. And with the changed methodology and mechanism, is it really necessary that the fee should be rationalized? And our opinion in the public trust, public police trust has been that it needs to be rationalized, because there are many activities which were required during the physical education which are not being done online education. And not only that, many of the students who don't have technical wherewithal available to them and belong to the economically weaker section of the society, more particularly I'm talking about under the Right to Education Act, the 25% of the seats are to be filled by the economic and weaker section of the society. How they are going to have the benefit of online education? Probably they are deprived of that. This is another point which needs to be highlighted in the petition, in case it has already been not done. In case it has been done, I think that's very good. But if it has not been done, probably that point also needs to be highlighted, because we have to point out Article 21, we have to point out Article 21A, we have to point out the Right to Education Act, under which education is essential, and the changed scenario in which the education is being given online, and the kind of deprivation which the students are now facing, and why they should pay the full fee once they go for physical education, once they go to the school, and the kind of activities which they are going in the school, all those activities are now missing. Yes, the management of the school can always take a call, and they can say that we are still paying to the teacher, we have to maintain infrastructure, and that is why we are saying that if it is complete waiver is not possible, at least this is the time when the fee should be rationalized, and more particularly with regard to the economic and really weaker section of the society, a separate treatment to the students need to be given. I think these all arguments, and I'm sure with a man like Dr. Pradeep Rai, who is a very, very seasoned counsel and a senior advocate, all these points have been taken care of, and during the course of argument, the benefit will be taken that when the arguments took place in the earlier PLs which were filed and why they were rejected, the points made out there will also be taken note of and will be again placed before the Honorable Supreme Court. I'm very sure, you see, we have a very vibrant judiciary in our country. Whenever a question of implementation of the fundamental rights has arisen, our Supreme Court has always come to the rescue of those who probably cannot approach the court, and it is institutions like public police platform and people like Pradeep Rai who are helping us. I mean, they are always in the forefront, putting the point before the court and getting a favorable order from the court. I think that efforts need to be appreciated, and we all should support this cause, more particularly with regard to the weaker section of the society who are not in a position to approach the court directly. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request to Dr. S.K. Joshi to say about this PIL and other things. But
thank you for inviting me for this meeting for the first time. I am grateful to all the organizer, and especially Honorable Justice Dr. K.G. Balakrishnan Saab. I would say Roy Saab is doing a very good job but it will be better to analyze from another point of view. We are analyzing what the children is getting the facilities from the school. Suppose library is not there, transport is not there. Yes, there is certainly saving on that count. But we should also examine from the point of view, income of the school, in what way it is distributed to teachers. So teachers, I think salary itself component would be highest. So are we prepared that teacher should not get the full salary? In that case, that principle will be applied to across the board. No work, no salary. So that would further stress the already stressed economic conditions. Number two, it will be a good idea those disadvantaged children who can't afford whatever corpus is created by schools or this mechanism, we can propose in our PIL that money could be used to provide that kind of devices to the deprived children. That is my submission in this point of view. That additional point, whatever money is, extra money is school is getting by way of fee, that could be utilized for providing those aids to deprived sections or maybe in their individual houses depending on their economic condition. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. I request Sri Devdutt ji, who is our member secretary, please you say words to the about the public police and other things which you need at this pandemic situation. Please, Devdutt ji, Sri.
Evening, I am very grateful for organizing. Are you getting my voice? Hello? Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. There might be some net problem, but okay, sir. Please.
For organizing Mr. Raj, and I'm very grateful to who has really free to file and become a Supreme Court. The because is online based, and whenever we talk to small children, say that the amount of exposure on the eyes, and there is and there is no interaction with children and no play away because of the COVID. So that's from the part of children and getting from they are only
yeah, if this is the situation of technology in a town like Delhi, what will happen when you go 100 kilometers away? So online seems to be quite a bit.
And there is too much load.
Going to be all too much.
On the other, so this issue is hopeful that Mr. Pradeep Rai will be able to take very suitable order from Honorable Supreme Court, though in past many PILs we have not, as told by Mr. Pradeep Rai, and we have also learned from different newspapers that so many PILs have been rejected by Honorable Supreme Court. But still we are very hopeful that some new points will be taken up as suggested by Mr. P.K. Malhotra and Dr. S.K. Joshi and Professor Verma. Mr. Pradeep Rai will be taking care of all those points, and in arguments, I'm sure that he will be able to convince Honorable Supreme Court to get the favorable orders. So this is what I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Maheshwari ji, can I intervene? Hello.
Yes, Mr. Malhotra, you can please.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Devdutt ji. I mean, for that intervention and the guidance which you are giving. I think one of the points which was made out was with regard to the salaries to the teacher. I think that's a very, very valid point which need to be taken care of. And in any case, I think when we are talking of waiver, we are talking of waiver of fee only in respect of those who belong to the economically weaker section of the society and who cannot afford the fee. But in rest of the cases, the fees need to be rationalized so that there is no extra burden on the parents as well as the rights or the duties which the schools are supposed to perform are not adversely affected. I think there has to be a balancing between the two. Once we are talking about the balances, I'm very sure that the judges who have got a very, very humanitarian approach will also take into consideration that school management is also required to pay salary to the staff. They have to maintain the infrastructure, and for online education also, I mean, they have to spend some money. It also needs to be highlighted that the parents of the students have to spend some extra money even in respect of those students who are attending their classes online. Maybe that everybody doesn't have a computer system available at home. Maybe that everybody doesn't have an internet connection at his residence, and he has to make arrangements for all these things. If he's making arrangements for all these things, this is an extra burden on the parents. And if they have to pay full fee in addition to this extra burden, because today we are attending all the students are required to attend classes online. And as was rightly pointed out, if a webinar which is being conducted sitting in Delhi, we have got the technical glitches. What about the students who are living in far-flung area where connectivity is not good? Probably the education, even online education, will not be as good as it is in the classroom. So that all these points have to be kept into mind. And I'm sure that even the judges are also conscious of this, because they are also holding court online and through video conferencing. And the concept of video conferencing in our country, be it replacing the seminars with webinars or holding the court hearing through video conferencing, I think this has been forced on us because of the coronavirus. Otherwise, people were not much willing to do it. Obviously, how many people were actually conducting classes online, or how many of us were conducting webinar instead of seminars? And so far as the judiciary is concerned, I'm very sure judiciary as well as many of the advocates, more particularly people who are in the senior age bracket, were not willing to go for online hearing of the cases. Now, since it has been forced, of course, technology will improve and the classes will improve. Online classes will also improve, but that itself will not be a ground for not rationalizing the fee and passing on the benefits to the students for which we are fighting or we are filing PIL. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Malhotra ji. Pradeep Rai ji. Sir.
Yes, I can hear. Yes.
Yes. You heard all the comments and
yes.
News of the.
Yes. So,
would you like to say something about it?
Yes, I feel that this point can be, Dr. Mishra has suggested us that it should be incorporated for the medical education also. That point can be taken, but I feel that what Mr. Malhotra has suggested us, that only it can be initially, we should first of all succeed in the cases of primary education, where right to education is involved. The moment we succeed there, we can file an IA in the same matter and we can try for that. But even if the IA is not allowed, at least this for the junior sections and the primary education and high school level should not suffer. So we will try for that also. And as far as salary is concerned, we have to keep this fact also in the mind that many parents have also lost their jobs. It's not only that teachers are getting half salary and less salary. There are many professionals who are not getting work. I am particularly dealing with this legal community, and I find many of the lawyers do not have that kind of money. Even Supreme Court lawyers, they are dependent on 20,000 aid provided by the bar and 10,000 aid provided by the India Legal. It's not a very present thing, but we are suffering with this pandemic, which is extraordinary as suggested by Honorable Malhotra. So we have to incorporate all these points, but at the same time, we have to focus completely where right to education is involved. At the same time, we will try to incorporate Mr. Mishra's contention, and we will try to achieve that also. But first of all, our primary target is that where right to education is involved, and then we can also go on this situation of parents and the current situation of jobs and all. So everybody is suffering. So it will be really, I'm grateful that you all suggested something which is good and can be incorporated. This is kind of enlightening experience. So it's really good, and I am thankful to Professor Verma ji and Dr. S.K. Joshi ji and Amit Mishra ji. They all suggested something, and Mr. Malhotra ji has already, who has been a guiding force for all of us, and he always keep suggesting something innovative, which is a success mantra. So we are really thankful for this mantra suggested by you all, and I will try to incorporate as soon as it is possible. And Monday, I think Mr. Mishra's contention will be part of that. At the same time, salary part we are not concerned because everybody is suffering, sir. First of all, the education of children is most important. Even if teachers do not get salary for some time, or even 10% cut helps the students, then it will be really good. So first, our primary target is to achieve the educational fees. If parents file write the application that they don't have sufficient means to pay the fee, then at least their fee should be exempted. That is our goal. And then there is another thing where student welfare fund is there. All the schools charge money in students welfare fund. That welfare fund absolutely for this kind of circumstances, and it has to be utilized in the situation of pandemic. And if schools utilize these student welfare funds, I don't feel there will be any problem to pay the salary, and also at the same time they can exempt the students to pay the money, because if the parents are actually not have enough money to pay. Anything else? Maheshwari ji and Dr. Verma ji.
Yeah.
I think the good idea is we should go ahead with these minor modifications and file the PIL.
Pradeep will take up this matter, and he thinks that it is to be modified. But sir, we have to think about the middle class people also, so that this should not come into the deprived class.
Right.
Because the salary and the employment is also affected in this pandemic. So we also think about the middle class who is giving the very good higher features to the schools, and they should consider it. It is a problem of all the persons, and we should together we should fight. Together means the schools, institutions should also come forward to fight with the other persons of the country. They also think about it. They should also contribute something to the. They always think that we have to pay the salaries, we have to this thing, and everywhere in the organizations, in the economic field, everywhere there is a cut in the salaries. There is a unemployment.
In the higher education institutions, the cut is up to 50% of the salary of teachers, because the colleges are unable to
let them come forward for their gesture. What they think, what they can do in this situation. They are also the part of the society. They should also think about the society. So many people are serving to the people. Dr. Amit Mishra is serving 1,500 people daily in the Mumbai for distributing the food in Mumbai Western Expressway.
True.
So they also the part of the society, they should also think that they should also stand with the society. They should also contribute. The PM has also requested to all the persons that they should not take the rent. They should not. They should pay the salary. Then why is this? The schools and education institutions are resisting that we have to pay the salary. We have to maintain the building. But they have they have also anything out of this. Yeah, please.
Maheshwari sir, sorry to tell that now PG seats, PG admissions are going on, and in the PG admissions, they are asking a management seat. They are asking a 25 lakhs rupees of fees. So from where the person should get the 25 lakhs in this time?
Sir, in a KG or nursery, the good people, good schools are demanding a hefty amount. In Delhi,
we are asking for only the fees, not the donation amount. The fees is 25 lakhs each.
Sir,
and in school,
the whole
economy also, and in school, in school term, that they are taking all 12-month fees. They are taking. They are not taking 10 month where the 2 month is holiday. They are taking each and every year. They have taken a 2 month fees. So why can't they can be here for 6 months? They should be here for 6 months.
Yeah, please, Malhotra ji.
You see, the whole economy is
they should be here the 6 months.
Please,
why they cannot give the payment to the teachers?
They are not.
I am also one of the institute. I had also one of the institute to me, Ayurved Medical College. We are ready. We are giving them the payment. It is not an issue for us.
Pradeep Rai ji, you can quote this. It
come from 4 to 5 months only.
Yes.
It is come from 5 to 4 months only. So why we are running the school and colleges from 10 years? So we should have to cooperate with each and everything.
Yeah, that's what I am saying.
The Mishra ji, the whole economy is in disarray. That goes without saying, and every person in the society is adversely affected because of this economic slowdown, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. My only point which I was making, and probably Mr. Pradeep Rai also agreed with that, was once you are asking for a relief from the Supreme Court, you have to highlight those points on the basis of which the Supreme Court will be inclined to give you a relief. Once you get that relief, probably then you can carry it forward further, and even the higher education can also be included into this. That goes without saying. I'm not saying that there is no exploitation at the take for people like you, people like Mr. Maheshwari, people like me are also adversely affected.
Sir, in junior KG, sir, I'm sorry for that. In junior KG or secondary schools, sir, in secondary schools and even junior KG, you are telling small children are affected by a mobile or by your laptops and all. So who will care of that?
Dr. Mishra,
who will care of that? Tell me that.
Dr. Mishra, Dr. Joshi wants to say something about it. Please,
Yes, sir.
Sir, there is something called common but differentiated responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Common means, yes, COVID, all of us have to suffering economically, socially, and whatnot. And differentiated means who has the capability to bear the burden should bear more. Whosoever is not, suppose there may be families, if they don't go for labor one day, next day they will be hungry. So their capacity of suffering is less. So this principle we should apply, common but differentiated responsibilities. So college management, school management also needs to bear, I mean, if they can. Teachers also reduce their salaries. This goes across the board. But there also what we say, if suppose someone is a rich person, their son or daughter, they can pay the fee. Why should we give that concession to them? So application of this principle of common but differentiated responsibility would be a good starting point. Thank you.
Joshi sir, I'm very sorry for that. Actually in Mumbai, in Ambani school, there are rich peoples. even in certain school, they are all are rich people, so they have to pay the money.
Yeah, so they let them pay the money. That's what I'm saying.
So they have to pay the money.
Yeah, so that's what my argument is also. Let them pay the money. Suppose in a school there are 80%.
One school, sir, means one school, and one teacher is getting this whole payment, and still in another school they are getting a half payment, and their management also giving the half payment. It is not fair, sir, for that.
No, they
not fair.
Ideally, public sector.
Sir, we have to fight, sir. Sir, Joshi, sir, we have to fight for all.
No, if you fight for all, Ambani's school, if 100 people are there, all rich persons' children, what if they don't pay, they will be very happy. And the teacher will go elsewhere. Because they must be
only the thing is that, no, sir, what I'm telling, only the thing is that we have to highlight only this much, each and every year we are paying our child every year fees we are giving, right? Only 10 months the school is going on, 2 months is the holiday, right? Vacation. So why should they not give the payment to the teacher? You tell me that from 10 years you are taking the 2 months free.
I can give the argument that whatever fee you are giving for 12 months, they enhance it to 10 months and you say we don't charge anything for 2 months. It's a different way of seeing the thing.
Actually, I think that we are fighting for the middle class and the class.
Precisely, I am saying.
We cannot indicate that these are the school of the high class. So the high class people are paying the money. The rich people.
So let them continue to pay. Why
we are not fighting for them.
No,
we are not fighting
मिश्रा
for
साहब
them.
कह रहे हैं कि अंबानी के स्कूल के बारे में भी
अगर हमने
supreme court में आया है to decide whether they want to reduce the fees for Ambani's school or the
वो सबके लिए लागू होगा. अगर वो पीएल डाल रहे हैं सर, अगर सारे स्कूल के लिए, तो सारे स्कूल को लागू होगा, चाहे वो अंबानी हो, चाहे वो बीएमसी स्कूल हो सर.
नहीं सर, आई हैव अ डिफरेंट टेक. हर स्कूल पे नहीं स्कूल. राय साहब आप बताइए आपका क्या कहना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली यू आर द पर्सन
who are the final.
Joshi sir's suggestion is really important. You see, sir, we can't, because similar PILs have been dismissed. I started my contention from here only, that similar PILs were filed and it was dismissed twice from the Supreme Court, 3 times in the High Court of Delhi, and some other High Courts have also dismissed similar PILs. And not only this, Delhi High Court went up to the extent that you have to pay because schools are taking extra burden to provide you e-education. So this was this is the situation, and in this situation, I think when we take the argument of middle class and lower class and other underprivileged, then the chances of succeeding is better. What Mr. Malhotra ji suggested, that this kind of readings, once we succeed initially, then we can incorporate Amit Mishra's contention also thereafter. But at the primary level, if we don't succeed, then all these arguments will go into vain. So first of all, we have to try and make effort that this PIL has to be admitted by the Supreme Court. The moment it is admitted, then we can incorporate each and everything. I am not saying that we should not do that, because even in Ambani school or any school, when the school gets a license to start education, there is a particular class that they have to give certain percentage of students who belong to underprivileged society as a free education or concessional education. Ambani's land is his only, so because of that he has only 2% that condition is there. Otherwise, other schools get 25% or 15%. So even that 2% will get relief initially. Thereafter, what we can do, that we can incorporate whatever Mr. Mishra is saying. I don't say that your suggestions are not important, but the Honorable Joshi ji and Honorable Malhotra ji are suggesting that if we adopt these measures, our chances of succeeding in this PIL initial stage are bright. So considering the sustainability of this case, we have to take these arguments first, and thereafter, once we notice it from the court, we can file an intervention application by somebody. Again, even we can improve our petition. by filing another IA that we have found out similar situation in the medical colleges or this some top schools, and that will be the second stage. First of all, we have to enter into the house because they have locked the house as far as these kind of PILs are concerned. So first, the moment we enter in the house, then we will have enough scope to open the doors for all other contentions, what Mr. Mishra ji suggested. But first of all, I am really grateful that Dr. Joshi has given us a specific point that initially at the family level we have to argue like this. And the moment we argue like this, no court has courage to say no, everybody has to pay. If you say that no, the rich people can pay, but if parents are filing some affidavit, suppose somebody had lost their job during this pandemic, and they file an affidavit in this regard that they don't have enough means to pay the fee for the kids, then at those cases, fee can be exempted, but not in all, each and every case. Even suppose if my kids are there, I don't want this. I should pay, because if I don't pay, other system will suffer. But at the same time, I don't want my driver's son to pay. So we have to consider this, and I think this solution is really good. First of all, we have to open the door, and thereafter we can demand for the water and feed.
Thank you, sir.
I think the other point which we have to keep in mind, which we have to keep in mind is, I think I'll support what Mr. Pradeep Rai is saying. We are talking of public interest litigation, PIL. Once you are talking of PIL, we are fighting for the cause of people who cannot fight for their own cause. That is the very basis of the PIL. So I think the highlighting point has to be that, and then obviously we can carry it forward as Mr. Pradeep Rai has very rightly pointed out. And I think what Mishra ji is also saying is correct, that benefit should go across the line, but that benefit will go across the line only once we get a favorable judgment for one particular section of the society. Then we can carry it forward.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think it's the best. Let us go ahead, at least let us take the action now.
Yes, yes, we will go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep Rai, that we are really highly obliged from your preparation, from your contentions, that you are filing this with the Supreme Court. All other
we are all behind members. Him, and whenever
we are
want
we are with you, we are behind you, we stand with you, all persons, and we hope that now this webinar should be come to end.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Thank you, Dr. Mishra. Thank you, Malhotra.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Close it down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Rajji. राज आवाज आ रही है
जी भाई साहब